I'm Jasmine Anderson. We begin with Israel at war. It is day 4 in the bloody new war with Hamas, and we now know at least one Long Islander appears to be among those kidnapped. Israel has increased airstrikes on the Gaza Strip after ordered a siege of the region following Saturday's surprise attack. Hamas has pledged to kill captured Israelis if attacks target civilians without warnings. The conflict has now claimed at least 1,600 lives. The death toll includes at least 9 Americans. The White House lit up in the colors of the Israeli flag overnight in a sign of solidarity. President Biden will deliver an address about the war this afternoon. Here at home, heartbroken Long Islanders are rallying in support of Israel. This was a rally at the Jewish Community Center in East Hills yesterday. Some in the crowd saying they know someone killed in the recent violence.
Our children, our babies, our senior citizens, our teenagers.
There is a rally for Israel tonight at 6 p.m. at the Harry Chapin Theater in Eisenhower Park. Read more on the fighting in Israel and the impacts it's having on Long Islanders on Newsday.com. Click Get More on the Newsday TV video box on our homepage. Happening today, opening statements are set in the case against a woman charged in the death of an anti-gang activist. Anne-Marie Drago is charged with criminally negligent homicide. The 62-year-old Patchogue nurse's previous conviction was overturned last year. She's accused of driving over Evelyn Rodriguez in 2018 in Brentwood. A hunt right now for the 2 men behind a violent home invasion in Brentwood. Police say 2 men entered a home with multiple people inside on Grand Boulevard yesterday afternoon. They stabbed 1 man before leaving the home empty-handed. The victim suffered serious but non-life-threatening injuries. Things could get heated tonight during a school board meeting in Riverhead. The meeting comes as the district deals with recent alleged bias incidents and the superintendent's unexplained leave of absence. In the first month of school, a mother claims students called her racial slurs at a football game and shoved her children to the ground. Swastikas were also found drawn on desks at Riverhead High School. A hero's funeral today on our island for a U.S. soldier killed in World War II. The remains of U.S. Army Sergeant Bernard J. Sweeney Jr. will be buried at Calverton National Cemetery. His remains have been unidentified for nearly 77 years. Costs for his burial with military honors were covered by Wading River Funeral Home along with other veterans groups. Update in the race for Suffolk County Executive. Republican Ed Romaine is leading Democrat David Colon in fundraising. Romaine has more than $1.5 million compared to Colon, who has more than just over $1 million, according to campaign reports. The men are running to replace Suffolk County Executive Steve Bellone, who is term limited after serving 12 years. Election day is November 7th. Injured Giants quarterback Daniel Jones is recovering and could be on the field this Sunday.
We're optimistic. He's feeling better today. So I think he's moving in the right direction. We'll see where he is, obviously, when he comes back on Wednesday.
Jones exits.
Jones suffered a neck injury and the Giants lost to the Dolphins Sunday. Big Blue takes on the Bills in Buffalo this Sunday. Still, no winner. There was no winner in last night's jackpot for the Powerball. That means Wednesday's estimated prize is $1.73 billion. It's the second highest jackpot in the game's history, as well as U.S. lottery history. There were smaller prizes last night, so check your tickets. The winning numbers 16, 34, 46, 55, 67. The Powerball was 4. Checking out your hyperlocal Tuesday forecast. Sun and clouds today, highs around 63 degrees. Tonight we drop down to the 50s. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 68 degrees. And here's a look at your futurecast. Pop-up showers throughout the day, but we do dry out this evening. A look at your 7-day forecast coming up.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Home Tax Saver, PTRC Incorporated. High School Sports is sponsored by PC Richard & Son.
Hi, I'm Greg Sarah with a look at your high school football action. Let's start in Suffolk's Division II with a showdown of unbeatens. West Islip at West Babylon. Torrential sledging rains. I mean, it was bad outside. Pretty much eliminated the passing game in this one. It was all about the ground game. And here's West Islip halfback Rocco Carpinello with a 3-yard touchdown run with a little more than 3 minutes left in the first half. Less than 2 minutes later, in the driving rain, Carpinello does it again. He runs the ball 32 yards to the house, tiptoeing down the sideline. The Lions would score 3 touchdowns in the final 3:34 to blow this one open. When all was said and done, the Lions trounced the Eagles 34-6. West Islip is now 5-0. West Babylon drops to 4-1. Carpinello, he rushed for 219 yards and 4 touchdowns. His coach spoke about his talent.
He's not only a great run back, he's a great receiver. He runs that wildcat quarterback. He's a safety. He's just he's a tremendous football player.
Southside and Wantagh hit the field in Rockville Center in another battle of unbeatens. Newsday TV's Carissa Kelman shows us who earned the big win.
In Nassau Conference 3, a pivotal matchup between unbeaten teams Southside and Wantagh came down to defense. The Southside offensive line cleared the way for an impressive 9-play, 97-yard scoring march late in the first quarter. Quarterback Owen West capped the drive with a 2-yard scoring run to put the Cyclones up 7-0. The Cyclones' second touchdown drive went 76 yards in 16 plays and took over 7 minutes. West capped it with his own touchdown run for a 14-0 score at the half. Jack Lazito ran for 2 second-half touchdowns of 4 and 31 yards. He finished with 109 yards on 24 carries. Wantagh scored with 3 minutes remaining to avoid the shutout on a Dylan Martini 2-yard touchdown run. But the Cyclones came out on top 31-7, handing Wantagh its first loss of the season.
Big focus was, our offensive line. We've got 4 3-year starters on there, and, they came ready to play today.
Our D-line, Kieran Kenny, right next to me, maybe 2 big guys. We're just clogging up the holes.
All credit in the world to the offensive line. I mean, holes everywhere. We were running the ball up and down the field. Jack Lazito going crazy. Just a great overall effort.
In Rockville Center, Carissa Kelman, Newsday TV.
For more on these teams and more exclusive local sports stories, go to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video.
It's that time of year when local farms are packed with families searching for pumpkins, apples, and of course, a lot of fun. But what is it like to live there? Ariel Dollinger has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
Look out, Beanhead. Look out.
Here at Richter's Orchard in Northport, the apples are untouched by anyone who doesn't work here. The Amsler family has owned and lived on the property since the 1940s, and they're about to take us on a tour and show us what a day in their life is like.
How would you compare living here to living on a property that's just residential?
I used to live right just outside Huntington Village in an apartment, and it's a lot different. You hear all sorts of noises, and cars drive by all the time. Here, maybe I hear the train drive by once in a while. There's no neighbors to look at from my backyard. It feels free.
So when you're out here during the fall, when it's kind of the busy season and when people are coming to buy cider and buy apples, is it any different than the rest of the year?
It's just more hectic.
Well, the fancy ones go in here, and the ones with poor color or maybe spots on, they go in there. And these are cider apples. You see, you're catching on real good.
Here in Dix Hills, Schmidt's Farm has opened its private property to the public. It's a world away from Richter's, offering what's known as agritainment, things like this pumpkin house behind me and this metal cow you can climb.
I could almost live without a cell phone here because we could just holler at each other across the yard.
He gets a little Val for dinner, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I started to you pick pumpkins back when I was in junior high school, but things evolved a lot more now with photo opportunities and roasted corn.
And we're gonna go.
The duck races, we added the train ride as well. That's a big hit. I want to see people coming through the yard. That's a good thing.
For Newsday TV, I'm Ariel Dollinger.
Talk about a nice fall house party. Read more exclusive local real estate stories on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
In this day and age of social media and of misinformation everywhere you look, it's so critical for my work to come from a respected, trusted source where readers know they can trust it day in and day out.
Newsday, covering Long Island like no one else can.
I'm Jasmine Anderson. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll leave you with a look at your hyperlocal 7-day forecast.